Hi, it's Kathy from StampsandScrapbooks.com to talk to you about adhesives. There are many different kinds of adhesives on the market, and sometimes it gets confusing about which ones are appropriate for which project. So I'm going to go through a few of them now with you just to give you an understanding of what they are, how they're used, and then it comes down to basically your personal preference. So this is probably the most common used adhesive. It's called snail adhesive, sometimes mono. It comes in a refill, so you would buy the adapter and then it comes loaded, and when this is used up you just throw this away and then you snap in a refill, and it's that simple. And so this is very easy to use. It basically is just drag and then it's sticky and it adheres your cardstock together. So that's a common one. They also make a vellum adhesive, and if you've ever tried to put adhesive through vellum, you know everything just shows through. So this is made by Tombow as well, and it's a vellum adhesive, and it works exactly the same as the snail, but it just doesn't see through vellum. So that's a good one. Then you have the glue sticks, and some people really like glue sticks. I'm not a glue stick lover. I just find them a little sloppy for me, but they work really well and they're very cheap. So basically, you know, you just put down a layer of glue and you're good to go. So that's another option for you. And then there's something that's called two-way glue, and this is a liquid glue, and if you use it right away, it's a wet glue and then it's permanent. But if I let this dry, it becomes almost like a Post-it note glue. So that's a fun one to use as well. Then you have all your liquid glues, and heaven knows there are millions of them. This is a Tombow multi-adhesive, and it basically just squeezes out on that side, or it actually has a larger, I don't think I've ever used this, but it has a larger applicator, and I'm sure mine's all gummed up because it's a million years old, because I'm not a big liquid glue user. There are all the other kinds, like the quick dry paper adhesive, and there's wood glue and metal glue and every kind of glue you could possibly think of. But for paper crafting, you just usually stick to a couple of them, and everybody has their preference. Then there's glossy accents, which is sometimes called crystal effects, and it has a bunch of different names, and it's a clear lacquer. So if you stamp something and then you put this over it, it almost looks as if you put a piece of glass over it. So it's very cool. But if you use it, you can adhere metals and all kinds of embellishments to your projects, and they hold really well. So that's another popular adhesive. And then there's something that's called score tape. It's also called suquang, and this is really easy to use. You just put it on the surface and then you use your finger to tear it, which makes it really easy to use. And then when you peel off the backing, and so then it becomes very sticky, and these just come off easily, and then they end up in the garbage and not stuck to you by static. Sticky strip, on the other hand, does very similar adhesion as the suquang or score tape. It's a little bit stronger, but the thing that's a little frustrating with this is you have to cut it with a scissor, and then when you take this backing off, this for some reason is very staticky, and then these pieces don't ever want to let go of you. So that's, a lot of people have that complaint, but I love it because when you put a box together, you don't have to worry about that box falling apart when it gets to its destination. It's on there forever. Okay, and then you have the hardcore ATG guns. These are Scotch, and they have big rolls inside. This is a 1/2 inch. They come in all different widths, and you basically put it on your cardstock and you just pull, and that's a real sticky strip. And then it also comes in 1/4 inch, and it does exactly the same thing. So, you know, some people think this is overkill, and in a way it is. It comes in these rolls, and then you just open this up and you have to put it together. I like to buy the gigantic rolls because I find it to be a little bit of a nuisance to put these in. So when I have the gigantic roll, I know it's going to be on there for quite some time. So that's just some of the adhesives that we use here in the studio. If you have others that you like better, certainly leave me a comment. Let me know. I'm always looking to explore new products and let my peeps know about them. And if you have any questions for me, I'm Kathy at StampsandScrapbooks.com.